Hi friends, Dr. Ramadevi Papalu here, me fertility specialist. Today I am going to discuss about third party reproduction. In the reproduction, usually a male, female, if they have normal intercourse, fertilization of the egg takes place and fetus will form and they will have their own baby. But of late, we are finding so many difficulties, problem in the egg, problem in the sperm, or problem in the uterus. So, to solve these three problems, third party reproduction has come into existence. For ovarian damage, there is a egg donation. For lack of sperms, there is sperm donation. For damage to the uterus, there is a surrogacy. So, all these three put together we call as a third party reproduction. Out of that, I will discuss first about the egg donation. Egg donation is a little cumbersome, lengthy process because it is not like sperm or blood donation. This has to be like any patient who is undergoing for IVF, what all the investigations are done, what all the medicines are given, what all the procedures she has to undergo, egg donor has to pass through all these steps. So, egg donors usually the agents will be there. Through agents, a clinic will provide you donors. So, all the steps, all the precautions regarding her health, her physical condition, her psychological condition, educational, everything, the biodata will be provided to you. So, who are the candidates who need egg donation? Those who cannot produce their own egg, especially premature menopause. Of late, we are seeing premature menopause very high number of patients. Even 25 years, 26 years, people also has got a menopausal like symptoms. Their ovary was not functioning. This is mainly because of autoimmune problems or infections or pollution in the atmosphere, toxins present in the atmosphere. So, putting all this stress also, putting all these things together, premature ovarian failure has become very common. And menopausal women also many times they come for pregnancy because infertility treatment sometimes it is very prolonged because they may not start early or they may go to a small place where facilities are not available, or they may change the doctors, or they may take a gap in between the treatments, or whenever there is a failure they don't continue. So, because of all these reasons, time will pass away and they reach menopause also. At that age also, because now lifespan is increased. Previously, way back in 100 years back, lifespan was very low, 45, 50 years. Now it is 68 years or something like in India. In other countries, even above 70, 80, 90s. So, as the lifespan is increasing, even the elderly people are seeking for having a baby. Very rarely people must have come across in the papers reading the news, a 70-year-old conceiving or 80-year-old conceiving. But that really I don't like, because a child needs the support. Not just giving birth is not sufficient. At least minimum 20-25 years, the young parents should give support to the child, because these are 21st century is a technology century. Artificial intelligence role is increasing. Day by day, new technologies are coming. To teach the child, the parent should be young, energetic, active, and knowledgeable. Then only the parent-child relationship and rearing, all these things will be ideal. So, better don't waste your time till menopause. Please, if you want a child, approach the clinic, do sufficient research, and select a good doctor. Try to have pregnancy at early age, not reaching menopause. So, this is one condition where eggs are not produced, menopause. And some people may undergo chemotherapy, radiotherapy. These patients also need egg donation. In some women, ovary is not developed but uterus is there. In those cases also egg donation is necessary. In some women, there may be congenital abnormalities which may be passed to the fetus, offspring. So, in those cases also egg donation is suggested. Sometimes instead of egg donation, we do PGS or PGD or PGT, and sometimes repeated failure of IVF. These patients also need egg donation. So, of late, third party reproduction has become very, very common. So, most of the even normal people also know these details. Credit goes to the digital media. What are the complications we can expect, and what is the procedure for the egg donation? There are two different ways of embryo transfers. One, fresh embryo transfer, two, frozen embryo transfer. If we are planning for the fresh embryo transfer, even the recipient will be prepared to receive the embryos. So, simultaneously, periods of the recipient, periods of the donor, we synchronize. First, recipient should get at least 2-3 days difference, maximum 1 week 10 days difference, and later the donor should get the periods. So, once the donor get the period, we give the medicine to stimulate the ovary. Once the once the recipient get the period, we give only estrogen hormone to develop the proliferative endometrium. After the egg pickup, the recipient will receive the progesterone also to make the secretory endometrium, which is the receptive to embryo. So, by synchronizing, fresh embryos can be transferred. Suppose if you are planning frozen embryos, we need not worry about the recipient. We only treat donor as a patient and do all the treatment exactly as we do for the intending parent, patients like regular IVF patients. So, after the procedure, within 4 to 6 hours, the donor can go and we can follow the embryo transfer, etc. So, coming to the sperm donation. Sperm donation, so these are the things for the egg donation. Any doubts you have regarding egg donation? Please put your query in the comment section. We will respond to you. Okay, na? Thank you.